There we go. There's bot doing its thing. We're gonna have to go to the dashboard to switch, to change the game category. So stream info. Go with that one. I'm gonna go to Discord next, so I can see if my bot did its thing, which usually it has. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and attempt, to do the thing. So, as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow Romo Maniacs. It's Mr. Romo Roses here, and technically welcome to yet another installment of Let's Plays Live, where I stream random things at random times for various different reasons. So, allow me to explain everything as much as I can, but also please forgive me because I'm still kind of like trying to wake up a little bit, but hopefully everything, is alright. So, Friday morning, which technically was like yesterday, I guess, like in my time, um, I decided to do a little stream of the. I decided to do a little stream of Batman: Return to Arkham City. I was going to be continuing like my third playthrough, season 3 or whatever, and I did it pretty early because like the day beforehand, I had some slight weather issues. Um, in a sense, it's like I was thinking to myself, like, oh, this is. Um, I was kind of thinking to myself that, like, as I thought like maybe I was gonna have like some slight weather issues because of like I had like some I had like some what seemed like heavy rain, lightning, a little bit of thunder and all that. So I decided to pretty much just kind of just go to sleep a little early, just kind of get some rest. And then afterwards, I got up at around early morning type time. I can't remember exactly what time it was, but I was like, I'm up and about, not really doing anything. Everything's pretty quiet. So why don't I try and do my planned stream a little earlier than normal, and then if everything went well, then I probably might do like a second stream. So I did my original stream of Batman. Went pretty nicely, got some progress done and all that. And then later on, I was playing some Dead by Daylight with some friends because I haven't really I hadn't been able to hang out and play around with them for I want to say a few days at most. So I did that and I played until until my friend ended his stream, and I started to work on kind of work on my stream a little bit. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, what am I going to do? Because at one point I was thinking about maybe doing more Dead by Daylight. I was going to probably do DBD a little early. But I managed to do the things that I wanted to do for that stream uh, with my friends. Because most of the stuff it was, involving like Survivor stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I could probably do some more classic Doom. Doing continue more of the GBA campaign because I said I wanted to try to do like an actual playthrough of it instead of like, what I did on my birthday, which is when I played through this mod using cheats and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna, maybe do that, do episode 2, go from there. Well, for whatever fucking reason, I'm not gonna say it was my game or Twitch, but I kind of want to say it was PlayStation kind of fucking me over a little bit because um, cause I was doing my thing and all of a sudden I got like the weird, like the weird sound like when you get like I if you guys have PlayStation or know someone or whatever you might know like like a certain sound that happens when it's like you get like a possible error message of some kind. It gave me that sound, and it's like it gave me some sort of like random ass thing, and it said broadcast stop. So I was like, well, my thing's crashed. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to continue onwards. I was going to just in my stream, raid, go from there. And I figured that because of that, I was going to probably get a little bit get some rest. And then at one point in time, I woke up to my room being completely pitch black, which normally that's not known to be a thing. And I go to my bathroom, and I found out that apparently the power went out. I don't know exactly when it went out, but I think it was around like maybe 8:30 or so when it supposedly came back on. But I was like, well, I'm still kind of in the kind of phase. So I just, kind of went to sleep a little bit more. And I woke up a little while ago and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna maybe try to do my thing again. Maybe kind of do like a second attempt at that. So, and what I did was I got rid of the new save, so I still have the old save and everything. So it didn't really matter. I also got rid of that stream. Because it wasn't really long, it wasn't really much either, so, yeah. So, with that being said, so with that being said, I'm just gonna just put it out there for everyone. Um, this is a mod, basically, that's like a, thing of the Game Boy Advance, version of Doom, made into a mod. And essentially what it is, this has like some levels that like that were made for like the different ports and all that and put together for this. And unlike the original Doom, this is not done in an episodic fashion. How like how episode 1 Eve of the Dead, episode 2 Shores of Hell, or episode 3 Inferno. It's all it's like one long continuous campaign. Pretty much like how Doom 2 works, so like a Doom 2 type, Megawatt campaign thing. But I have kind of done it to where it's like I'm gonna be kind of like playing it in like an episodic base, like I did episode 1 as its own thing, and I'm gonna go to episode 2 with be its own thing. So yeah. So as you can see, I am basically locked and loaded. I have the majority of the weapons in hand. I'm also using. There's two versions of this. There was a normal one, and there was a version that had high quality sounds and black gloves, and that's the one I'm using for this playthrough. So yeah. I'm also doing a bit of a thing where it's like I have the resolution scale, and the resolution scale is original, retro type display, and everything. I have the HUD being the full view, so you see, like Doom Guy's face in the center and all that. So, yeah. I am also playing this on UV, also on the island, and I'm playing it also with extra multiplayer items and everything, which supposedly has things like more items, more weaponry, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it could also have a thing where it might like have extra I don't know for sure if that actually gets affected with this. So, alright, so I'm gonna hit this. Let's bring this up. As you can see, there's 3 switches. So I can't remember exactly what that switch is known to be for, but anyways, I think it's like it's a common normal thing in a sense. I want to say maybe it might be for that, but I never really put 2 and 2 together. But anyway, so hit that. I do know that this switch right here is going to raise the little things here on the wall. It's technically like a little secret, so you can go get the red key. But we are going to go back, because we are going to go to that little teleport area. Right here. My rocket launcher out. As soon as I say that, I tend to go to the fucking portal. Alright, good stuff there. I don't know, maybe that one switch actually, like, does this thing. I don't know. I'll have to kind of maybe look into that, like, off stream or something. Anywho, so we go through this, through the teleporter. Try to kill some of the pinkies up here, because this wall is because we're going to be lowering this wall down by that switch right there. Alright, so you see blue door here, red door there. Spectre there. Go through here. Kill the imps. Got a rocket launcher out because we're gonna make Echo right here. Also known as Flying Red Tomato. Seems to me it is. Hit the switch, make some stairs right here so we can hit this switch. Open up a little teleporter right there. This wall's going all back lower down. Kako. Alright, now before we leave, we are going to, we're going to kind of backtrack a little bit because we're going to see if we can, get some extra stuff that's, lying around, like, some shells, possibly some bullet clips, things like that, just in case, if we missed any. No, I believe I've gotten everything, which is fine. Also, yeah, you might kind of notice this, but like, this little texture thing right here, with like the, like the upside down, like cross thing. I want to say that that's probably like how it is in the original, the original GBA version of Doom. But, but don't fully quote me on that because I haven't really played the GBA version of Doom. Sorry, I was kind of just checking my stream and everything like that because how things are often going to be pretty quiet here. I don't always know for sure about like how everything is. So every now and then, like I might like randomly check my stream on my mobile and just kind of like hear the playback afterwards. Alright, Nemo's family's done. And that's and this is gonna be one of those rare little times where you see like 100% across the board, from like kills, items, and secrets. because I've talked about this before, but when it comes to a lot of my playthroughs, and I'm not like the 100%, I'm not like the 100%, you know, I'm not 100%ist, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not going to like, you know, find all of the kills, items, and secrets and things. You know, I just play things casually. How I know, how I like, and what I do. Alright, but yeah, so we're on containment area. This level is going to be pretty mazy at times, especially like, you know, with all these like UAC crates and shit like that. I'm gonna lower that down, just in case. Kill some beefy wibbies. Randomize a little health bonus there. Now we don't have a yellow key yet, but you know, this is a place to get it. So hopefully, you know, if we can go get the key. Got Bazoik to give up one. You know, our fish damage gets amplified tenfold from what I've been told. Where did you come from? Quick save. Got Bluey. Alright. All stuff there. Alright, everything's taken care of here. Rocket ammo. The rocket itself. Lots of bullets. Alright, so now we're gonna quick save again. Because one of the things I like to be able to do, and it's sort of like an unwritten rule, if you will, but if I get a key, you know, in a game like this, I always find a way to, like, you know, save my game, which usually involves, like, you know, quick saves, because I've kind of like developed a little, like, I don't know if I want to say rhythm or pattern or whatever, but basically what I do is, like, if I'm on the first level of something, you know, like if I'm on the first level of something, 9 times out of 10, I will do like a quick save. You know, like I'll just do like a little quick save, you know, just save, you know, whatever progress I have, go from there. But like say, you know, like I'm playing an episode kind of thing, you know, like I'm playing like, you know, Doom 1, and I'm on the second level of episode 2, kind of like how I would be, you know, now, type of thing, right? What I do is like when I start the new level, you know, when I start the new level from the episode or whatever, I always do like a hard save. Like, you know, any level that's, you know, like past the first level, I always try and do like a hard save. And there's always something I kind of like recommend, you know, to people, you know, to like, you know, like if you can do a hard save of, you know, the level that you know that you go to after, you know, like after like, you know, level 1, no matter if it's episodic or not. and then, you know, go from there. So it felt like my controls were a little bit weird. But yeah, you know, I'd always try and often do that, and you know, just hope for the best. Okay, so there's the exit, but we can't both go to it yet because the flooring is basically the flooring is on a higher plane than what we can you know, do. So we have to we have to find the red key, open up to the red key door, hit the switch inside, um, and then you know, we can you know, go from there. Okay, so now those other little places I kind of wanted to go, so that's blue key there. Alright, so now we got all the keys. So we could technically just leave, but there is things I want to do. So there's things I want to do beforehand. So you're gonna do that, and now you go, you know, to come up here and get that. But I want to go back to that one area where we got the blue key, and I'll try and show you why. If I can remember the fucking layout. Like, if only I can remember the fucking layout. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so might be a little bit hard to tell, but if you go over here, this little area opens up to reveal a secret soul sphere, or supercharge. So we can both technically, you know, leave the level with 200 health and armor. Well, at least 200 health, you know. You know, if we don't, you know, take damage. Well, so yeah, so there's about 10 more enemies, but I don't care. You know, we're going to just end it like that. Alright. Now, because I had enemies like, you know, you know, facing towards me and everything like that, I had to, I had to, like, at most, you know, try and deal with them ASAP, like, before I did my hard save. So that's kind of like another little thing I would say. Like, I guess that's like a little advice or PSA, you know, whatever, for the stream, you know, if you want to call it that. So, so basically, in a nutshell, um, if you have the ability to quick save, you know, don't be afraid to use it. You know, if you're playing the first level of something, would it be episodic based or campaign wise, you know, like, you know, just quick save on the first thing, and then any level that's, you know, beyond the first, you know, do a hard save, make sure everything, make sure you're safe and everything like that, so that way you don't have to worry about anything, like, like say if I, like say if I was to randomly end it right here, right, which I'm not, but like, if you wanted to, to take care of some obstacles, or some slight annoyances in the way, because, for like, next time you want to, stream, you go to, you can, you'll have like, one less thing or two to worry about. So yeah. We'll take out as much stuff as we can here. And yeah, especially like whenever you start this level, refinery, you can technically be able to kill some of the enemies that you would see like over here. You kind of like you can kind of take care of things a little bit earlier than normal. So. Another thing of Berserk. Green armor, which we don't need. And thank you, Neat_Commander9 for the follow on PlayStation. Very much appreciated. Alright. So think about like where I'm wanting to possibly go. Alright, get rocket launcher out because of this. Get the imps. Collect all the clips. Take out the imps, get the clips. Blue key. Quick save that. Alright, so now we're gonna go over here. Get an energy cell, plasma gun, a random amount of health bonus. this up. Well, I don't know for sure if like you can get a BOG, you know, like normally, or if it's like, or if it's because of like the extra, multiplayer items and stuff like that. But there you go. Yeah, one thing about the imps is you gotta be careful because even if you try to like go have them go for like a melee attack, if you try to like make them kind of like whiff or whatever on their melee attack, they'll just immediately toss a fireball. I don't know if this really warrants like a flashing lights thing, because I feel like it's not as bad as like some other stuff, but just in case, this little maze area here, is known to be something like do like a whole flashing lights thing, so yeah. Hello. Alright, so I'm gonna go through here. Ow. Kind of made the thing that worth it, especially because of the fact that we got... especially because of the fact that we took damage. But it's whatever. Demos Lab. Now because this is technically running on like on Doom 2 whatever, there is going to be there is going to be like the Doom 2 intermission tech stuff, so which I'll just read for the hell of it, because why not? So, you have won. Your victory has enabled humankind to evacuate Earth and escape the nightmare. Now you're the only human left on the face of the planet. Cannibal mutations, carnivorous aliens, and evil spirits are your only neighbors. You sit back and wait for death, content that you have saved your species. But then, Earth Control beams down a message from space. Sensors have located the source of the alien invasion. If you go there, you may be able to block their entry. The alien base is in the heart of your own hometown, not far from the starport. Slowly and painfully, you get up and return to the fray. So, there you go. Alright, so, Demos Lab. Map 12. Over here. I see a little secret of goodies. Like, oh goody. That's the map. there. Take the next one. Alright, so hit the switch. If you have a rocket launcher, get it out. So you can deal with all that. Right, now we got a computer area map, so we can now see everything. And now we go back up the elevator, go over here, and collect the box of bullets. And we're going to do our first quick save of this level. Wimpy, wimpy. Shoot that. Technically, you don't really need to go here unless you want to, like, you know, like, kill some enemies. Maybe get like certain drops or whatever, but yeah. Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, I think what happens is once you go in here the first time, like the floor kind of like changes a little bit to where it's like, you know, you can't be able to go past this, so you have to like hit this switch to, you know, make it where you can go get out and everything. So and also, if I remember correctly, I think like some like texture designs or stuff on the walls have been removed and everything. So what usually would have like certain like, you know, like certain little random decorations or stuff might not be present. Alright, hit this, go up the elevator, do the key card, hit this to lower down that. Take care of the flying red tomato. Flying red tomato. Owie. I got all stuff here, including the radiation shielding suit, also known as rad suit. There's a berserk and green shield in case you need it, which I do not. We got a bot in the chat. Thank you, Seriebot, for taking care of the bot. You know, it's kind of funny in the sense of like, you know, how it's kind of funny in the sense of like how these people who make these fucking these bot ass accounts, like best viewers, you know, and like how this, you know, all this, you know, this random ass little link and stuff. It's like that. It's like they go out of their way, like they go out of their way, right, to always somehow try and find a way to be like, you know, to have like some sort of like loophole. You know, like, they have like they always have like, some sort of way to like make like do some sort of like loophole in the system. Yeah, where it's like, you know, they can't be able to somehow get, you know, flagged or banned right away. But Street Butt to the rescue. I want to say that was like 5 rockets. Hit that. Alright, so we are going to quick save here. Blue armor, I will take it. Save again. Alright. So I was going to go through here. Do all this. As you can see, we can't both go back, so... Now, I believe normally, in some circumstances, when you come here, like, I think like in the original Doom, I think like this little platform thing kind of like raises up and all that. You know, and then you have to do it like this. But yeah, that. But instead of like a floor raising thing, it's just a door. I'm gonna save it right there real quick. Get the clip. Drop down here. Get the plasma. Take care of that. Over here. Save again. Over here. Hit the switch. Raise this up. Make sure you get on as fast as possible. Now before you leave, always look behind you because now we can go get the soul sphere right here. And there you go. Come on, Santa. Alright. Now I will say this though, I'm more than likely not going to be doing like 3 streams worth, because like, or whatever. I was kind of just doing this, you know, kind of like make up for the, you know, attempt of trying to do, you know, like the second stream from I did from yesterday. You know, even though like if like, you know, fucking, Um, you know, things happen that weren't in my control. So, you know, if everything goes well, for today, which is now technically Saturday, because it's almost 2:30 a.m. my time. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing a thing where it's like, you know, I try and play through. Well, the idea was originally playing through more Heretic Remastered. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna save those box of shells because those give, I believe, 20 shells worth. Yeah, tag them because they are secrets. Shotgunner. And yeah, I want to say that sometimes there may be those random moments where some, if not all, of the pinkies that are in this little area right here might somehow get smart to actually, to actually like leave here and, get you that way. Okay. Imps, shotgunners, and waterfalls. Oh my. And a Kakeel demon. Flying red tomato. Okay. So I got the computer area map. I'm gonna go back a little bit and I'm gonna get that. So I have almost close to 100 shells. Spray and pray. Spray and pray. Also chainsaw in case we ever need it. Want it. Go through here. This wall's gonna open up. I'm gonna get the thing up at the top. Yeah, right there. Save that. Get the rad suit, even though I don't think I really need it. Unload! Unleash! And you bitch. Worth it. Totally worth it. Here. Broken launcher. I believe we go back a little bit. These shotguns. Let's get that because I'm about to leave anyway. Alright, so if I remember correctly, Hall of the Damned is a level where you have to get like all three of the regular keys in order to exit. But like, you know, in each little section they have like their own little, you know, they have like their own little like section things where it's like, you know, like yellow keys here, red keys on this plot, and then blue keys there. So. Switch opens this area up. Make that open, hit that, make this a platform. And all this is going to go away, so we have to get, you know, the red, we have to get the work. Yeah, unfortunately we had to take some damage. Joke's on you, I had medkit. Now, I don't know why this was ever a thing, but but for some reason, so you can see these two little areas right here, right? So if you go to the right side, there'll be a little switch, and with that switch, you can be able to open up a little monster closet that's right there. Now, if you were to go through this little area, then you know, then like, you know, it'll have like additional stuff opened up, right? And I'd say like there was a part of me that always wondered like, I say there's always that part of me back then I'd say that, you know, that kind of, begs questions like, why have that be a thing for that? But then, but then it's like, well, I guess maybe, I was like, well, I guess maybe you can like, you can hit this, open up that, take care of, like less few enemies to deal with. Because I believe like once you try to go over there, that wall my crosshair's aiming at is going to open up, so. So yeah. But then again, I also think maybe, but then again, maybe like doing that, like hitting the switch, will also sort of like open up these things prematurely. So I don't know. Anyway, got the first key, which is the blue key. Alright, so this is done by like the more mazy areas, at least in terms of like the original the original level itself with Doom. Backpack. If I remember correctly, I think when it comes to the pain sounds of a Cacodemon when they die, I think it's like I think the source of the sound was like roller skates, kind of like that little sound. I was thinking how like the like the why I think I keep doing that. That was so crazy. It's like fucking sound. Sometimes I randomly think to myself that, like the way that sometimes the sounds mess up, like whenever you have like a whole bunch of enemies and you're firing and all that. I always want to like randomly assume that that's like the game itself, doing that. Or it's like, oh, that's like that's the thing. Like too many sounds. Like this. Like these random moments of. Everything sounds like like they're skipping or something. Alright, so we got the red key. Gonna save out here. I'm gonna go here. Alright, so Yellow Gary is in this little area. Ah, you probably came from this. So just go past, yeah. Look for some possible health items around here. That's armor bonus, damn it. Stay with a fucking stim bag. Oh well. Alright, I'm good now. Alright, so go here. We're going to quick save. And we're going to leave. We're not going to bother dealing with them. We're not going to bother dealing with those fuckers. Yeah, for whatever reason, like, there are pinkies that are there's more than one, and they're placed inside each other, more or less. It's weird. Alright. Spawning bots. The fact that did not kill that. Unfair. I done did a goof. I am invulnerability. That. I think when it comes to spawning vats, like I always, I think like no matter what version of this I play, I always kind of get confused by like how the fuck you're supposed to go to that one area to get the yellow key. That. Grab it. Card. Quick save. And now we should be good. Tower of Babel. Which is actually not Tower of Babel. And it makes me wonder, like, if this, like, it does make me wonder if, like, this is actually how it is in the GBA part, where it's like, they say that you go to Tower of Babel, but yet you actually don't go to Tower of Babel. So. All that out. Alright, switch one. Cells. Switch here. Mustang, wake up, boys. You got a Doom guy to kill. But I'm not gonna let you. Alright, so. Alright, all the kills, all the items. Alright, so 17. I'm just doing that so that way I don't have to fucking, deal with the fucking demo plays. Okay, so it's 24. Okay, so yeah, I think that's how I think Hell's Keep is like the episode 3 installment. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call that a stream. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the late night action of Doom. I do want to kind of apologize and say, sorry for the abrupt ending. When I tried to do this technically yesterday around my normal time frame, even though if I was also kind of slightly a bit late, but I was, playing with some friends because I hadn't really got to, hang out and play with them in a few days because I'm someone who doesn't really have a sleep schedule, and I like to stay up as long as I want and sleep as long as I want as well. Like, I stay up as long as I want, sleep as long as I want. So, yeah. But but yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna do like two or three streams worth at most, or whatever. I'd say probably like three because it's like, oh, I'm wide awake, and all that. So I think they're going to count those as like one stream number one. Technically, it's like a late night, somewhat early, like I would say like a late Saturday, like a late Friday night, early Sunday morning type stream. Very early and all of that. But if everything goes well, I'll probably do more of this at most around my normal time frame. And then probably after I do that, I'm probably going to like unsub from this mod, make and try to make a little bit of room, for a little mods or something like that, and go from there. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if I'm kind of like just like repeating my words, maybe sound like I'm fumbling them. It is what it is. But yeah, so if everything goes well, I'll be trying to do more of this. Hopefully later on today, for Saturday for shoot 'em up Saturday. And then probably on Sunday, I might try more of of the Wizardum game. To have some, try to have some fun with that. Um, I don't know 100% for sure on this yet, but probably on Wednesday during my 2 day slow week of streaming, I might attempt to play a little bit of Dead by Daylight. I might, do like I might consider like trying to do like some random killer matches and shit like that. Maybe do more stuff within the Haunted by Daylight event and everything. But we'll put that as like a we'll see. But hopefully on the 30th, which is going to be on a Thursday, a day before Halloween, funny enough, I believe that the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection should be released, and I'm going to try and hopefully, at most, play that on day one. We're going to kind of play it on day one and just see what happens from there. So yeah. Yeah, do stuff here. Do that there. Now, what to do for raid. Go ahead and clear all off my thing. And this person's playing some Night Rain. Yeah, let's see if I can rate. Let's see if we might rate until them because I haven't been live for that long. Cold with a K. Alright. Yep. 2 iron knives and a revenant. Ain't that fun? It's money shit. Alright, so yeah. Again, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream, not only from this, but also from my Batman stream that I did technically yesterday. Excuse me. But yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw today, though, and you watch this on Twitch, feel free to give the channel a follow and become a Rumble Maniac today. If you want to follow me anywhere else online, you can check out my YouTube channel, give it a sub, all the usual good stuff, and feel free to follow me on Twitter as well. But until I see y'all in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope y'all have a good week or weekend.